On the 4 o'clock news, I was talking about reports that there are just too many condiments out there and they are dividing American households, which would be self-defeating by my reckoning. Nevertheless, if you are looking for these things, they're going to go on sale for $6 and Cheez-It cracker flavors, which the company says creates, quote, a rich and savory flavor.
Imagine stepping onto what looks like a battlefield, but it isn't the South China Sea or the Persian Gulf. It's the burger market, and every choice you make has consequences. That frozen bulk pack stacked in your freezer? It's essentially rations made from scraps, crumbling the moment heat touches it. The so-called value menu? It's a diversion tactic, cheap but leaving you hungry an hour later. These aren't meals, they're ambushes. So the real question is this: are you fighting for taste and value, or surrendering every time you order without knowing what's hidden beneath the bun? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. On the surface, the burger menu looks like a trusted companion. Bright photographs, low-cost bundles, stacked towers of meat and cheese. It all signals abundance and reward. But hidden beneath that glossy cover lies a field of traps. And the battlefield isn't just about what's on your plate. It's about your wallet, your appetite, and your long-term health. Each choice seems innocent, yet every option hides a weakness that most people never see until after they've taken the first bite. Think of the fast food dollar burger. The promise feels simple. Low.
I'm here today to tell you things aren't getting any better. Hidden Valley out with its new combination of ranch dressing. It's also the latest development in having one food taste like other foods.
Price, quick meal, hunger handled. But the moment you measure ounce for ounce, the economics change. That $1 burger carries less actual meat than a modest steak. And when cost per ounce is calculated, it outpaces sit-down dining. The cheaper item only looks affordable at a glance.
On the 4 o'clock news, I was talking about reports that there are just too many condiments out there and they are dividing American households, which would be self-defeating by my reckoning. Nevertheless, if you are looking for these things, they're going to go on sale for $6 and Cheez-It cracker flavors, which the company says creates, quote, a rich and savory flavor.
Then there's the other end, the $15 pub burger built to appear generous and satisfying. At first bite, you expect fullness, but that mountain of bread, condiments, and fillers leaves you strangely hollow. Your stomach feels weighed down by the extras, yet your hunger remains unfulfilled, turning the meal into a costly disappointment before the final bill lands on the table. Frozen bulk burgers are another example. They mirror surplus military rations, thin, brittle, and lacking the density of real cuts. When heated, they collapse into dry discs that require heavy reinforcement with onions, sauces, and aggressive seasoning just to pass as palatable. You pay for the illusion of beef, only to spend even more upgrading it into something edible. The battlefield fits because these patties behave like equipment issued from a bargain armory, technically functioning, but underpowered and often a liability in actual use. The science here reveals an even harsher truth. Grind ratios that use scraps with almost no fat marbling cook poorly.
So it's so simple. 1 cup of water, 2/3 cups of sugar, 1/3 cup of vinegar. Now we want to put in some soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. And I've made enough to have a bottle of it to put in the refrigerator and then have enough left over.
Patty without natural fat dries fast, releasing water and flavor until only a stringy core is left. Nutritionally, you receive less protein density than expected, and what remains demands more salt and sauce to mask the blandness. A lean steak cut, even when similarly sized, retains far more of its value because the structure of muscle fibers holds moisture under heat. In a burger patty, weak grind ratios make every bite a downgrade from what it could have been, all while broadcasting the image of hearty satisfaction. That's where the value menu trap gains strength. Like a diversion maneuver on the battlefield, it works quickly. You're steered into a purchase, shielded by the promise of low cost. Yet when hunger strikes again within an hour, you've been maneuvered into spending twice. You buy more items, add fries, grab another drink, all while thinking you're making efficient choices. But the diversion only exposed you to more spending, more empty calories, and more poor fuel. The upper tier carries a different tactic. Gourmet and Instagram-ready burgers often sell for $20 or more, the price justified by stacks of toppings, unusual buns, theatrical construction designed to photograph well. Yet behind the spectacle sits a patty costing less than $3 to produce. The sound strategy of a burger, a balance of...
Real quickly show you on one. So what you're gonna do is take your towel, 18 jars of absolutely beautiful homemade tomato salsa. Put that on there. And then take your ring and put it on to fingertip tight.
Protein, fat, and bread that actually fuels is lost. Marketing has staged psychological warfare, turning your hunger into a tool. You're sold not nourishment, not lasting satisfaction, but a prop that reinforces a brand on social media. This pattern repeats across the field. Economical options that extract more value than they give. Premium options that...
Dip it in the hot water from your canner. You're gonna wipe the rim to make sure that it's really clean so that you get a seal. But then it also filled these three. So these are extra. Obviously I couldn't fit in my pressure canner. I'm just gonna store them in the fridge. They'll be good for a few weeks and we'll eat some fresh salsa. That's one of my favorite canning products and I just got it. It's awesome.
Dazzle but don't deliver. And frozen stores that chew up expectation like surplus gear issued in bulk. The food itself becomes secondary. What dominates is persuasion. Ads, photos, slogans, and limited time drops deploy like soft power campaigns, aimed less at honoring flavor and more at controlling the decisions you make in moments of weakness. Hunger isn't the opponent here. Deceptive marketing is. Once you see the pattern, the battlefield clears. Cheap doesn't mean efficient, gourmet doesn't mean quality, and frozen doesn't mean safe supply. The enemy hides in these disguises, planting the trap where you don't expect it. The real ground to fight on is execution. Choosing combinate work, finding balance between cost and satisfaction, and refusing to mistake marketing for substance. And if each of these fronts carries flaws, the obvious question remains: what exactly is the one formation that consistently secures victory when the plate finally arrives? Just as a commander studies maps before moving forces, you need intel before ordering a burger. What looks quick or impressive often disguises weak structure, poor value, and empty fuel. Most menus aren't designed to satisfy you, they're designed to extract from you.